Well, hello and welcome back to part 4 of the TOS Enterprise build. Today we're going to actually start lighting up the BC and bridge deck areas. So let's take a look. Well, I almost got the bridge done. Painted it up, got the photo etching. That was fun. Especially this one piece here didn't want to quite fit. I actually had to trim this spot here. The part of the photo etch that actually goes for the control panels on these back areas here, like where Spock's science station is and stuff. Those displays that they push their keys. Yeah, they were fun to get in because it was tight fit. This one wasn't so bad. This one fit pretty good. I don't think I had to trim anything off of that one. But yeah, painting and waiting for things to dry, I just figure I wouldn't. It's such a tedious and something I have to concentrate on doing, painting such small detail, that I just didn't film it. Basically, you know, paint it up as you want or as they show on the box. I looked at some reference pictures and did the red on the back of the main navigation console. Did a little bronze there, the symbol for that like circle thing. That's kind of a goldish yellow orange. Got the photo etch in for the displays in the back walls, on the walls. And the railings were really fun. But they're in there and they're nice. Everything looks good. But yeah, a lot of doing something, then you had to touch up what you did before when you're putting a photo etch in, so it was a lot of, you know, hand painting. I went in and symbolized the little red alert light back there. I just hit it with a little red paint there, and then I did a little bronze dot, you know, to symbolize the plaque that's underneath it. I did the black square over there. There should actually be, I think there's actually a silhouette of the ship in like a yellowish orange, but I figured that would be too small, but at least I put the black square back there by the turbo lift. But it came out really good. I'm really happy with it. Other things is, you know, I actually down in here, because down in these trenches is where the light's going to light those panels for the controls on the back walls. So I actually used the liquid mask to get down there before I light blocked the whole outside. And then the other outside I just ran some tape around the edges where the displays would be. And there's your main viewing screen. So I just put a big piece of tape this way. It was actually the right thickness. Or width. But then I went back and hand brushed areas that it didn't need to light it up, because it's lighting up good. And the same thing on this side for these displays. Just ran a piece of tape through and then sprayed it black upside down. But I also noticed that in these trenches, that's where the light's got to go to kind of light those panels up for the back walls, the actual consoles. So I actually used liquid mask. Put some liquid mask down there, let it settle and dry, and then painted it black and then scraped it out of there. And then went back in and hit it with some white to help reflect a little bit in there, kind of like with the saucers. And it kind of helped a little bit. It's going to be hard because that's a hard little trench to get light down into. So we'll see. I might actually have to do a source light in these spots to get them to glow right. I'm not sure. But the ones on the walls glow great. So we got decals to do. And then she'll be finished. But I don't know if you can. I'll have pictures. I'll put pictures up. I took pictures of every stage, and you know, because this camera won't focus. It focuses more out here. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. So I'm probably gonna start doing the decals here. So I'll come back when they're done, because that's going to be another tedious thing to get these. I'm only using the decals off of here that Paragraphist gave. I'm not really too keen on these. They don't look that. I don't know if the printing's just light on these or what. but I'm not really overly fond with them compared to, like, especially for the display back wall displays. I'm liking the kit ones better. I can see detail better, you know. Now they give you two sets because you can do the pilot versions, which their displays were different than the, you know, the actual main series. So they give you both. You can do the, you know, if you're doing a pilot ship, you can use the pilot photo etch. It's different console, you know. Those are the displays for the back for the pilot versions. Well, hello everyone. I got the bridge finished and glued in here. I'll do pictures so you can see it because it's going to be hard to see. But she's in there. So, but yeah, that looks good. Came out great. I didn't use the decals from Paragraphics on the consoles that are on the back walls, you know, where science station, communication, and engineering and stuff over here. It looked too papery. It looked like it was just I don't know. It just didn't look good. And then the kit doesn't come with one. It comes with the screen, so I used actual kit screens because I think they looked better too. So, but that's okay. Those consoles still look good. The photo etch, you can see even when the light's not on, you can see where the controls would be. So, but that means we can put the lights here. So I'm going to just try, because I'm getting a lot of light just from these lights here on the saucer. These here actually shining down and getting bounced back up. I'm getting pretty good light here, so I'm going to focus a lot of this light towards the bridge. And but I think we'll have enough, you know, and I'll try. We'll do a set down and try, and then if we have to put these, I'm thinking that's what these little prongs are on the edges of the bridge for holding bulbs, but I think those would be too bright. Because, you know, I put one here and look through it, and it just really glows this area and not quite back over here and over here, so it's like got hot spots. Where here, if we would just wash this whole area, if we wash this whole area with light, because I'll have these strips coming this way, it'll help. And then these are the little grooves to get the lights and the control buttons on the consoles back in the back walls. And I hit that with a little white to bounce any light that does make it down there to help it glow. So hopefully that works. I mean, if I just do this, it looks good in there. But yeah, I just did a little super glue and put these LED strips down to where I want them, and looped them together and put a little tail so we can attach to this one here. So we'll just do a complete loop. Boom, boom. So hopefully this works. I'm going to slide them underneath these. I made a little bit of bigger tails here than I probably should have. Like I said, I'm going to focus them a little more over the bridge. And the wash should still hit those side windows of the B and C deck. Far away so it don't spill. We'll have them V off a little bit too. Forgot how strong that glue is. Could have used a tube glue too. That really tacked the plastic. But this will set up faster, so we can actually keep working. You know, that one thing I didn't do, which I should, and I usually always do, is test them. So before they fully cure. Let's give them a test. Those I drew lines so I knew where they were. Definitely getting good light on the bridge and B and C deck. Hopefully we got good lighting underneath there. Oh, that's lighting the bridge fine. I don't want it over bright and over washed. Someone's gonna sit there and flicker. Let's see if I can see the. Oh yeah, the view screen looks good. I did it in a warm white. Oh yeah, all the consoles are lighting up pretty good. Alright, so we did good, and I didn't want them overpowering. Yeah, because I can't think of any other way to make it even brighter. Alright, I think we're still hot. Yeah, I think we're good enough to get these soldered down. There we go. Now we can plug them in, and all of them should go. But I'm hoping between these and these up here washing all around, we will have a we should test that. So I shouldn't have put those away. These can grab those little prongs in there. And we can glue this top down. I do need to put some window maker. This one's not so bad. This back window's kind of down a little bit, but it is tight. That's just the way they fit. But here I have like a little bit of a space up top there, so I'm going to hit some window cement in there, and that'll cure that. Just like it filled in these holes for those three there on each side. Really nice. Hey, everything's going. Good. Like I said, everything down there looks good. Yeah, it's lighting those really nice. So that's it. I just wanted to show you that. We can start gluing this top down. Yeah, I can't think of anything more. The bridge was holding us up, and that took me a day to paint and do the photo etch. And then I decaled it this morning. And you won't be able to see it on camera, but I can see inside the bridge wonderfully. There's a little light leak coming over the top of the bridge that's glued down, but that's okay because it gives a little ambient light in there. And you'll never be able to see that. I mean, I got to get like that, and once you put the dome on top. But to me, I just say they're ceiling lights. Yeah, it looks good. I'm just happy that everything in there is lighting up. All the displays. View screen, I did the ramen bird of prey from the one episode. And of course I did the bridge at the I did the bridge the way it should be according to the turbo lift. I don't have the display screen straight on. It's this way because, or this way upside down, but when you're in the ship, the captain's chair is facing this way like the view screen's here. But that's because the set, if you think about, filming for TV, the set, they wanted the turbo lift where people come up, that's kind of like the main area. If you ever watch all the episodes, it's kind of the main scene is looking at that turbo lift area. That's why on the one side you never really saw past Spock until the view screen. You never really saw that because those walls were movable or weren't there. and that's where the cameras were. So they wanted to look, that way, because they had to have the view screen for certain shots, so you couldn't be centered to Kirk's chair, so they had to be a little off. So they didn't want the turbo lift to be here, they wanted it to be in center of your screen, your TV screen, and they also didn't want Kirk to have to turn all the way around to look back. They just wanted him to be able to glance a little bit to the left back, and then see who's coming in. But that information, so that put the turbo lift off center to the bridge. But that detail was not shared with the with the model builders, so they put the turbo lift center. So that's why it's that way, from my understanding, watching different things. But I think that's really why. I don't know if Matt Jeffries always had it, but it was more like it was always supposed to be this way, but when they did the actual set of the bridge, like I said, they wanted to have that turbo lift and screen, and since they were shooting from this way, because this is where Spock's area is, they're always shooting this way. You never really see this area. You always see that angle this way, or then they come this way, to show the view screen. So it's almost like this whole side was, I'm sure all of them are movable, so they can move cameras in there. But hey, I'm digressing and rambling. But I think this looks good. I'm going to let this all set up and cure, so I don't keep moving this. We're starting to, over here, up front, well, they have more to glue to up front, too. But yeah, it looks good. So I'm going to let this sit here and cure. And until next time.